Well, and relative calm has returned outside City Hall after what was protests early in the morning from PSV operators and Matatu operators who had camped here outside City Hall to protest the increase of parking fees. And right now I'm joined by Patrick Oduma, who is the OCPD Central, to just tell us what has happened, because a lot of taxis have been impounded here and they will be taken away and the owners are being arrested. Please tell us what is the situation currently, and thank you for joining us.
Well, so far the situation is calm. We had problems since morning concerning these matatu operators and the taxi drivers who are protesting about the hike of fares in the city. But so far we have managed to disperse them. They have gone away, and as much as there's freedom of procession, freedom of for procession and association, there's also freedom of movement. As you can see here, these taxis blocked this road since morning and other major roads within the city center, whereby there was no access to other road users, which is totally against the law. And we have said that whoever did this must face the law. As much as you protest, you should not interfere with other people's movement. So far we are doing what we are doing. We are trying to unblock the road, and those people who are concerned with this blockage of the road are going to face the full force of the law.
Maybe you could tell us what is the fate of the taxis, taxi cars that are here on the road. They've been impounded. What's the next course of action, and what about their owners?
I'm telling you, the next course of action, we are going to tow them to the police station, and the owners, the ones that we have arrested, are already in court as we are talking now. Those ones who will come for them will also be charged for causing obstruction. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, that's, Patrick Oduma, who is the OCPD Central, and he says that all the owners of the taxis that have been impounded are being taken to court and they will be charged. This is what he refers to as obstruction. So earlier on, relative peace, as I said earlier, has just returned, but earlier on, taxi operators and matatu operators had come to outside City Hall. They're protesting the hike of parking fees. They had said that they will not relent until the fees are reduced. Some of the figures, a 14-seater, they had discussed that it goes to 3,650. It has been hiked to 5,000. The 41-seater has been hiked to 8,000 from 5,500, and the 52-seater is at 7,250. These are the figures that are saying are too high for them to pay. Earlier on, Governor Kidero had said no consultations, no talks will continue until all roads are cleared, which is what is happening right now. There was a meeting with Matatu Owners Association officials, but that was delayed until the roads were cleared so that the talks could continue. So we await to see what the course of action will be. Of course, as Salim Bilu had indicated earlier in her story, a lot of passenger commuters have suffered the effects of this. Some have been walking, some who even left as early as 6 a.m. have not gotten to work yet. So a lot has been, there's a lot of backlog in terms of transport from one place to another. But we wait to see what Governor Kidero will say. Earlier on, Nairobi Senator Mike Sonko came and addressed the audience, and he said that they will not allow Kenyans to be victimized, and they will not allow this to continue. So he is on a different side from Governor Evans Kidero, who says that everything should go back to normal before talks resume. We will be staying here at City Hall just to find out if more talks will continue and what will come out of it. But right now, what is the immediate challenge, especially for City Council Police, is to impound the taxis that have clogged the road right now. They're all arranged here. They will be impounded to the police station as the owners face charges for obstruction. Anne.
Thank you very much. That's our Evelyn Wamboi there, and certainly we understand that Icon battery near end, because of course they've been covering this story since the wee hours of this morning. We want to cross over now to our reporter Mukami Chaka, who is at the railways terminus, to bring us up to speed with what is happening there. Mukami, if you can hear me, have we seen perhaps an influx of commuters trying to use railway services instead to get from one place to another? What exactly is going on?
Hi, Anne, I can hear you. And I'm at the railways terminus right now, and a handful of matatus are streaming in. So passengers who are stranded are now at least getting some means of transport. A few routes are in operation. 111 Chungong, number 34 is also in operation, and number 46. Although they are just a handful of matatus, nothing much, but at least it's giving the passengers some relief.
I know you've been monitoring it, and of course there is the commuter rail that was introduced late last year. Has it offered any kind of reprieve, do you think, to passengers this morning?
Yes, it has. I actually spoke to some officers at the station, at the railway station, and they tell me they had a lot of passengers this morning. And of course, the numbers, they've not given me the statistics, but the numbers were huge. Everyone tried to come to the railway station when they did not get a matatu in the morning. So the numbers obviously increased. The passengers got some relief, but still it was not enough because they could not sustain all the numbers.
I wonder if you've been able to speak to any of the matatu operators who have resumed their services, and whether or not you could tell us why they have chosen to go ahead providing service.
Yes, and I managed to speak to some of them because it's quite, it was actually a surprise to find some matatus here because there are no matatus at the Mutura station. The Mutura bus station was cleared completely. It was blocked. There were no matatus allowed in. So finding some matatus operating here was quite a surprise. And when we spoke to some of them, they actually told us they chose to come because, you know, they were losing revenue. So they had to work, and they saw the stalemate that was at City Hall. And for them, they decided making their daily bread is more important. So they just came back to work.
Interesting to report that. Was there on their end perhaps any concern of a quote-unquote backlash from the association? I mean, I think we've seen it with many organizations in the country where members sort of feel they have to go along with what the larger group is doing, otherwise they themselves could become victims of the very same strike.
Please come again, Anne.
Just wondering whether they are concerned about any backlash from their umbrella organization or from their fellow colleagues having chosen to make their daily bread and not go along with the strike.
No, not at all. Actually, it's quite peaceful here. The people who have decided to go back to work are conducting their business very peacefully. There's no backlash. However, because we were following the demonstrations, we've been with them since they started in the morning from Thika Road to City Hall. And some people are actually feeling that they have been let down by their association. In fact, they felt that the association did do enough to make sure that the rates go down. So there are those who feel that the association could have done more, and there are those who feel let down by the association. But then there are these few matatu owners who have decided to put their cars back on the road.
All right,
yeah,
interesting. Interesting, Mukami. Sorry, go ahead, please.
So you find that there are some contradictory stories here and there, but the larger group feels that the rates should come down and their cars are not coming back. A group also feels that the association, the Matatu Owners Association, has let them down because they had agreed on certain rates, and when they went to pay, they found a totally different story. So some feel let down by the association, but others actually feel that they're losing revenue and they need to get their cars back on the road.
All right, Mukami, I want to thank you for that. We'll catch up with you, I suppose, in subsequent bulletins. Thanks very much. Our Mukami there, who is live at the railway station for us. We are still, of course, with Simon Kimutai. He is the chair of the Matatu Owners Association. You've heard her report for yourself. Some members feeling that your association did not do enough to advocate